In 2023, biggest solo furcons can be held during the week, which has angered many attendees. However, there may be more to this situation and explain where the convention will go in the future. Biggest solo furcon is a furry convention held in Reno, Nevada. The name comes from Reno's nickname, the biggest little city in the world. Starting in 2013 with 704 attendees, BLFC has seen rapid growth over the past few years, going from 7 to becoming the third largest furry convention in 2016 at 3,651 attendees. It's continued through the next few years, and in 2019 they have 5,962 attendees. They have since fallen to 5th in 2021 to 4,741 attendees as the convention's attendance numbers fell by roughly 1,200 attendees, or a 20.5% decrease due to fears of getting infected because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It didn't help that BLFC 2021 happened in October instead of May, which had been the case 3 years before 2020. With BLFC sharply shifting when the convention would happen, it might have been surprising to learn what they did for 2023. On November 6th, BLFC announced that the convention will be happening between October 30th and November 2nd. What's so special about these dates is during the week, from Monday to Thursday. The reason for this date change has to do with the increased demand for event space in Reno. At first, this date seemed insane, but once serious thought was put into it, the change has a lot to offer. Rooms have gotten cheaper due to the nature of the hotel. Normally, furry conventions are happening at business hotels, which are busy during the week and less busy during the weekend, resulting in high weekday prices and lower weekend prices. It's what created the condition of event conventions being held on the weekend. BLFC, on the other hand, is at a resort hotel, which is the opposite, so the convention can negotiate better prices on weekday hotel rooms. Comparing prices to a 4-day hotel stay from 2022 to 2023, the hotel price for next year drops like almost $300. Another benefit of this arrangement is due to the hotel being less busy during the weekday. There are less people at the resort, meaning more space at restaurants, the pool, and elevators. There will still be outside people due to the fact it's a casino, but the result will have fewer of them and more furries. The schedule shift may also provide more travel time and options, whether it's more flights to choose from, taking a weekend trip, or the train. Having a convention during the weekend means there are more conventions immediately before and after the weekday. The convention can be part of a larger convention series, like a 7-day or a 10-day convention run. The BLFC stay put next to Pacific Anthem Weekend, aka PodCon, happening on November 3rd to 5th. BLFC is working PodCon to organize back-to-back attendance and have the world's first 7-day furry multi-con experience. The end by saying it's a radical change, but attendees who have been with BLFC for years know that the convention has tried new things before. They believe the shift to the weekday will work and thank their volunteers making the convention the best experience possible. When the change was first announced, the response to it was mixed. Many welcomed the change and were excited about it. However, some criticized the convention, saying a variety of reasons why they can't go. Others responded to these criticisms with their own arguments in response. Some furries pointed out that due to the date's conversions being during fall, it's cold enough for snow to form and may result in riskier driving conditions. Compared to BLT's usual dates during spring, this is a concern that drivers have. However, there are plenty of conventions that fall during winter, notably Midwest Furfest. That's where there hasn't been many tweets of snow impacting people's driving throughout the years, and it's likely the same with BLFC. Now, one thing that many furries have complained about is having to take time off work. Normally, for people working or going to school, they have a Monday to Friday schedule, with Saturday and Sunday off. The schedule may be different depending on the type of job being done or school gone to, but this is what most furries have. Most fan conventions run on the weekend, as those are the days most of their attendees are free. Most furry conventions run from Friday to Sunday, with some having an unofficial day on Thursday with some events. Most conventions, especially furry ones, are on the weekend to maximize the turnout from attendees. For furry conventions, they pick the end of the work week to reduce the amount of days taken off so it doesn't impact attendees' schedules that much. Only to take off 1 day or 2 at most. BLFC on the other hand is happening from Monday to Thursday, and assuming Monday is like the Thursday of a normal furry convention, attendees working from a Monday to Friday work schedule have to take 3 days off at best or 4 days off at worst to attend the convention. And this is even calculated days needed to travel to and from Reno, Nevada. If the amount of furries complain about having to take even more time off of work than they're comfortable with, there is another group of furries who point out that not everyone has a normal work or school schedule. They're required to work on weekends, have weekdays off, or some combination of the two. Traditional weekend convention schedules don't work because they are working during this time and have to take time off to attend. This is a concern that many fans who attend conventions have to attend with, as not everyone has the same working schedule and many lower income people have to work multiple jobs during nights and weekends in order to make ends meet. However, it's not the convention's job to fix the schedule conflicts that attendees have, but the government survival living wage and other opportunities for everyone looking for work. Some have also pointed out that attending conventions back-to-back can result in convention burnout. When it comes to furry conventions, usually gap from Monday to Wednesday or Thursday, resulting in 3 or 4 days between a convention ends and another convention starts. The days between are usually spent recovering from the previous convention and getting ready for the next convention. All fan conventions take a lot out of someone, and it can result in someone getting sick due to poor sleep, poor diet, poor sanitation, and being in close contact with many people, also known as con crud. Imagine catching con crud at one convention and cancel the next convention, as you should do. Even though the risk of catching con crud with good health measures is low, I don't believe that attending conventions so close to each other, especially directly after another convention, is a good idea. It simply takes too much out of somebody for one convention alone, and having to follow up with another convention may be too much for some furries. Even if that wasn't a problem, doing even one convention can cost a significant amount of money, and doing multiple back-to-back can be prohibitively expensive for many. That's just my opinion though. There may be other furries who are open to the idea of having multiple conventions back-to-back. Let me down below in the comments if that's something you do if money wasn't a problem. One of the major reasons that the decision is likely made has to do with contracts. Nearly all furry conventions have contracts with with hotels and convention centers, which mean they have obligations with the places where they host the events to have them every year. If they don't, they break the contract and result in a massive fine of being able to host a convention at the location ever again. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic and all conventions were canceled due to stay-at-home orders, rendering them impossible to host. At the time, it was outside of convention control, so the contracts with the hotels and convention centers would have been broken without any consequences for the conventions due to unique circumstances surrounding 2020. However, as vaccinations started rolling out in 2021, conventions, especially furry ones, tentatively started opening back up with mask and vaccine mandates to prevent COVID-19. Now in late 2022, most conventions that have survived the pandemic are back up and running, and for BLFC to cancel in 2022 would be disastrous for the convention. I don't know what happened, but I believe they had a session where all weekend dates are unavailable, and they need to have a convention 2022 unless they want to break their contract, which as we discussed is not an option. So the best decision was have it on a weekday and hope for the best. It's not known whether the decision would be permanent and if this is only temporary, which we probably should have stated in the announcement to ease fears from attendees. The problem is just switching over to a weekday schedule. There are plenty of conventions known for being mostly or entirely during the week, like VidCon, but the problem is whether the attendees will come back next year. If you want to know what BLFC was in 2021, check out why there is so much drama over a pizza at the convention.